when were you born?
September 2nd, 1942.
In La Crosse.
Yes.
But you were living in Canton
Yes.
from your time you were born. What do you remember about living in Canton?
Oh a lot.
Yeah, what's the biggest memory of being your first memory as a child there?
Not like the first memory, but
Or first thoughts of what it was like?
well, no. Let's see. I remember like being with Sharon and Kay
Right.
and doing things with them, and especially Kay and I. We had like a Grandpa got us a little table, and we would. I remember having little tea parties on the table.
Was it like a little kids' table?
Yes. Mhm. And I remember one time, that, like some of the farmers around Canton weren't successful all the time. And I remember Kiki and I made, we wrapped up some dolls for the Stark family, and Grandpa mailed it to them. And they sent us a note and said, you know, that we really liked it and thanks a lot.
There was a family who lived in Canton?
They lived on a farm, but they went to like Canton School.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And what was the name of the school you went to?
Canton School.
Yeah.
Canton, well, I guess, just, it was a 12-year school. Well, plus a kindergarten.
Right.
And
You first lived in a house that wasn't on the nursery, right?
that's right.
And then you moved to what do you remember about the house at the nursery and being right there where the business was being done?
Oh, we had a huge yard, gigantic, and there was like a path between the between the road where the cars went to the nursery and to the main street. And so we played a lot of things like games after dark, and I remember learning how to ride a bike. We had like a terrace, and I learned how to ride the bike by getting on the bike and then going down the terrace.
Ooh.
And I kept doing that until I didn't fall down anymore. And
Who taught you how to ride it?
I taught myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think my dad probably helped me some.
Yeah.
And there when we first moved there, we didn't have an indoor bathroom, so we had to go to
Outhouse?
Yes,
Yeah.
or had to use something that they called, quotation marks, the slop pail.
Ooh.
And so anything that couldn't go down the drain, but anyhow, you would put it there, and I'm not sure where they emptied it. But let's see, there were just lots and lots of fun things. Like my dad would take us out for ice cream cones, and sometimes there was plenty of ice cream around.
Yeah.
And
Did Canton have an ice cream store, or you had to go to a regular store, or?
there were two grocery stores, and one in particular, I remember going, you could get like, you know, great big ice cream for a nickel. And there was one at a gas station also, so, and they were open at night, so sometimes Grandpa took us there.
And was it walking distance, or he would drive?
Well, in Canton, everybody drove.
Really?
Yeah, like 3 blocks away in the car.
Now, why do you think that is?
It was.
Was it not a very walkable town? Was there not really places to walk on dirt roads, or sidewalks weren't really good, or just quicker?
I don't know why it happened that way, but there was a lot of driving like 2 blocks to downtown to get the mail. The mail wasn't delivered to the houses. It was, you had to go to the post office to get it.
Oh.
Let's see. There, and I remember going in the summer to South Dakota with my mother. I remember one time in particular, I think I was like 3 years old, and we took the train at night. We had to go to a railroad station, which I think was in Iowa. I'm pretty sure. And
Because the train didn't come through Canton.
well, not a passenger train.
Right.
Okay.
And there wasn't Amtrak back then, or was there, when you were little?
No.
So if you took a train to Rapid City, where your mother was from, what kind of train was it? Was it just a...
It was a passenger
Yeah.
train.
And how long was that train ride back then?
Oh, it was like overnight.
Really?
So,
Farming town?
yes.
So most people lived on a farm, or many of them did?
Well, no, I don't know about, there's shopkeepers. People, people worked out of town some. I don't know, I think at the time, there were I think the population was about 500.
And it's, I think, smaller now, isn't it? Or no?
I wouldn't know.
And so did you be able to play with a lot of friends after school, or did they kind of go far away to their farms?
Yeah, they go pretty much go far away to their farms.
So you guys had kind of a unique situation where you lived at home and where your father was right there every day and got to see him a lot.
Yes.
And you were at a business. Or was it really not that different than most of the farms too?
Wait,
What was it like to kind of live where your family business was?
it was nice. I remember one day going in the office with my tricycle
Yeah.
and pedaling around, and one of the office workers said, "You're making too much noise. You're disturbing us." And I told her, "My mom will take care of us girls, and not you," or something like that.
And what did the person say to that?
They all
kept
laughed.
quiet. Oh, they laughed. That's good. But what else would you do in the summertime when school's out?
We would go swimming in Decorah, Iowa.
How far was that?
I think I would say 20 to 30 miles.
There was nothing nearby, a swimming pond or hole or pool or anything?
No,
Yeah.
not at that time.
But so you got there for the day to Iowa?
Well, I'm trying to think now, how did that work? Usually like on a Sunday, we would go and just, do swimming and,
What was the swimming, like at a lake?
no, it was a public pool.
It was a pool.
They had, as I recall, they had a little pool for the younger kids, so.
And what else about Canton do you remember at
We
that
used
age?
to- Well, while we were living there, before there was a bathroom in the house, we would, for our Saturday night bath, my parents had a big tub,
Ooh,
and I'm not sure how they filled it with water, but they did, and then we'd get our baths for like once a week, and
that was enough? Once a week bath?
That was it,
And you just one after the other, or would you take a bath together, all
No,
three of
it
you?
would be one after the other.
Yeah.
And then we would listen to the hit parade.
Yeah, while you're taking the bath?
Yes,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
part of that whole scene. And then often, as I recall, we would have popcorn afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
So those are really fun times.
Yeah, it was a very good childhood. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah. How were you punished? Was there any or were you pretty good girls? Didn't really get to get punished a lot.
Well, there were a few threats around,
Yeah.
but nothing.
Any spanking or go to your room or
I think
sit in the corner?
Yeah, but now we lived in Canton when my brother Steve was born,
Right.
and that was like the most happiest event
Really?
that I had
Oh.
up to that time.
Now you were how old then?
I was 8.
What made it happy? Just that you had a brother now, or that you had a younger
I wanted
sibling?
a baby so bad, and I just gave up on it. I just decided that it's never going to happen.
Oh wow!
And then I found out it was going to happen. I just couldn't believe it.
So he was like your baby in some ways. You would take care of him or hold him, or
Well, not until he was older.
right. What do you remember about the move? It was a big shock to go to this new big house, big city.
It was very happy.
Yeah.
Like we went into like a nice house that they had built. It was like a contractor that they had built the house, and
Why did they want to move? Just to be in a nice
they
big
wanted
city,
to
or
move- yeah, to be in a big city to get for Catholic schools.
right?
And
Was it a little too
just
close in Canton? Everybody kind of knew everybody's business, or not really?
that's part of
Yeah.
it.
But then then your dad kept going back to Canton to work every
He
day.
did that for I don't know how many years, but he did 100 miles a day of traveling.
Now, you wouldn't see him then as much.
He usually got home. He usually left like when let's see. In the morning, he would go to mass at 6:30.
He went to mass every day.
Every day
Wow.
that was possible. And then, like he would do things, like he would stop at a grocery store and bring me donuts to take to church so I could eat. Oh, anyhow, well, later on, when we went to Aquinas, he would like drop us off at school, and that was.
So you got to see him in the morning. Then when would you get home at night? Was it really late?
No, like 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So you got to see him as much as anybody.
Today,
Yeah.
mostly.
And what do you remember about lacrosse?
Oh, that's a long story.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What about you went to Blessed Sacrament School?
Yes.
How was that compared to the Canton School?
Well, it was much more strict,
Hmm.
and it was the old-fashioned
Catholic
Catholic
discipline? Yeah. But you had good friends there?
Well, I had one in particular, was Martha Newberg.
Right, I remember her name.
Uh-huh.
And was she in your grade?
Yes.
And-
And she lived a block away.
Oh, that makes it easy. And Blessed Sacrament was not far from your house, right?
No, we used to go home for lunch.
Yeah, and so you could walk pretty easily.
Yes, just a few minutes.
And what do you remember childhood in lacrosse, especially with Steve now is there and growing up? What's your memories of living there? Okay, can you
Well,
just one more?
Like the movies where we would often go to movies. There was no air conditioning, so in the summer we would go to the pool, which was like 5 blocks away, and or sometimes we would go to the movies where they had air conditioning, and the summers were like outside the whole day.
And when did you first hike the bluff? That's the last thing I'll ask.
Oh, gosh. I don't remember.
Older or younger, or did you ever? Maybe you never hiked it.
Oh, I used to, like in high school even.
Yeah.
My sister Sharon knows one of the girls that I used to hike with.
Right.
She worked, and her name was Pat McMahon. And we would go, after school, we'd go up the bluff and sit and read Thoreau and...
Oh my gosh. Like a little Dead Poet Society.
Yeah.